I'm so thrilled to be with you today on this beautiful day of giving and generosity. Every hour throughout the day today, we're going to be talking about a different cause or issue area. And we're going to invite some Giving Tuesday leaders and some friends of Giving Tuesday, friends of the internet, to have a chat about how we can give back toward each of those causes. So it's Animal Hour right now. So I have here with me two dear friends who I'm very excited to speak with. I've got Gideon Kidd, who started the I've Pet That Dog account, and I've got Matt Nelson of the infamous We Rate Dogs. Come on up to the stage, guys.
Hello.
Thank
How's it
you so
going?
much for joining us on Giving Tuesday.
Yeah, of
Thank you
course.
for having me.
Happy Giving Tuesday, guys. I'm going to give you a second to introduce yourself. Gideon, tell us all about who you are. How did you get the idea to start I've Pet That Dog?
Well, when I was really little, about like 8, I really love dogs, right? I've always loved dogs. And so I asked my mom if we could start like a sort of website where we shared images of dogs that I've met. So we started that and it got decently popular. So after a tiny bit, we decided to join Twitter. And after we joined Twitter, it just blew up. It was amazing.
That's where I found you on Twitter. Your account is delightful and heartwarming, and I
Thanks.
have loved being a follower since you were 8, apparently.
Yeah.
What's been one of the most interesting experiences for you in all of this?
Um, I really love hearing the stories about each and every dog. It's really nice talking and getting to know all the people around my town. Um, yeah, it's nice, especially the funny stories are the best because,
Those are the ones I love the best too, right?
yeah,
Have you met every single dog in your town?
no, not at all.
Really?
There's still lots more to be found.
I can't wait to keep following along. Matt, tell us the story about We Rate Dogs. How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so I joined Twitter a little earlier than Gideon in 2014, and I used it as a creative outlet. I used it to write jokes instead of like tell my friends what I had for breakfast in the morning. So I found this community of people that also use Twitter in that way to write jokes to try to make their audiences laugh. And I noticed that whenever I told a joke that had to do with a dog or featured a dog character or a punchline, it would do much better than it probably should have. So I realized that the internet shared this love of dogs with me. And so when I was a freshman in college, I was bored, already in love with Twitter as a creative medium, and knew that they love dogs just as much as I did. And yeah, so I started that account. I knew that it needed a consistency to do well. Just as Gideon probably discovered, if you do the same thing and you add like consistency to your content, and people know exactly why they're following you. For us,
And what to
it's
expect? Yeah.
they know what to expect. It's easy to follow. So I would say that that's why this has been a big part of my journey.
And you guys do have communities. I want to talk about that a little bit. You guys both have massive, thriving communities of people who adore dogs.
Mhm.
Um, what was that moment for you when you realized that you could turn your community and activate your community toward doing some good for the animals that we love the most?
Would you like me to go first?
She, sure.
Yeah. So We Rate Dogs works on a submission system. So people send us photos and videos of their own dogs with the hopes that we feature them. And it was very soon after I started the account that people started to send in GoFundMe's as
Hmm.
well to, try to raise money for their dog's medical bills. And it was a family that we had featured before. It was the senior pug, and he had like 3 or 4 senior pug friends that would all dress up for the holidays. And so we featured them for almost every holiday. And my audience knew this family and knew this dog. So when they came to us with a GoFundMe, it was for a wheelchair for one of their pugs. It was an
Oh.
easy decision to share it. It was like a smaller barrier to entry, and my audience, like I could tell that they'd probably care about this one. And it took like 45 minutes to raise the $700 for
I
them.
remember that one, and I wanted to ask you if you remembered how long it took. That's
Oh yeah,
astounding.
yeah, it was very quick, and with that, it was like, okay, this audience is prepped to give back, and so yeah, in 2017, we decided to do one of those every single Friday. We've been
Nice.
doing them
Amazing.
ever since.
Have you kept track of how much your community has raised over the
Yes, so
years?
through the Friday GoFundMe's, it's around $2.3 million.
Oh
We
Amazing.
wow.
started a foundation last November that has kind of segmented how people can donate. But through the foundation, we've raised nearly $1 million as well. So yeah, it's wild.
Absolutely
Very
amazing.
passionate community.
Oh my God. Why do you think humans love dogs so much? Gideon, do
I'll
you
let
have any
Gideon take that
ideas?
one first.
Do you have any ideas for why we as humans just like really love dogs?
Um, Personally, my experiences of dogs, I think it's because dogs are so easy to like and love. They are super friendly. They all of them have different personalities. Um, they are joyful. They're soft and loving. Everybody loves to pet a dog. It's really nice. It's a really nice feeling. It makes you calm. Um, Dogs help out so much. There are, for instance, like therapy dogs. They help people a
Yep,
lot.
totally, totally.
I would say that I would echo all of that, and then I would say I think we're a little bit inspired by their simplicity as well and what they derive joy from. You know, it's going outside and it's food and it's all the things that if we didn't have to worry about our silly human problems, that we would be excited about as well. So I think we're a little bit jealous, but also inspired by their simplicity. And I think they do provide an unconditional love that is very, very rare in the world. So when you find it, you're gonna grab onto it. And I think that dogs are very much representative of that.
I love that. It's Animal Hour on Giving Tuesday, but we encourage people to give back to animals and pets and animals of all types every single day of the year. Do you guys have any advice for people who want to help animals, who they want to help dogs, they want to help animals?
Yeah, I for me, I just recommend people to adopt or foster a dog, or send money to shelters, do things like that, just to help dogs find homes.
Yep,
Mhm.
Definitely fostering and adopting if you have the option to is amazing. And then you won't find a shelter in this country that wouldn't accept a blanket or a dog bed. So it money is wonderful, but also if your dog has any extra things that you'd like to
a
give to a
tube
shelter,
full
they're
of
always
tennis balls would probably bring
exactly.
so much
Yeah.
joy.
Always very appreciative. If it's not in use at the shelter, it's going to be handed off to anyone who comes and adopts a dog.
Mhm.
For
So,
sure. And
yeah,
volunteering at shelters too. I've done that before. It's
Oh
always
yeah,
such a joy.
yeah.
absolutely.
Such a joy. Um, any closing thoughts for me, guys, as we proceed on the rest of our Giving Tuesday?
Thank you so much for having me. This is wonderful, and yeah, if you're able to give back to whatever you choose today, it's a wonderful,
Mhm.
wonderful, wonderful day.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome, guys. I appreciate you dearly. I'll see you on the other side. Happy Giving Tuesday.